on, starting. There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to, and finally, we are having session number 17. It has now been about a month and a half since we have been here to play some D&D. A lot of our players have forgot what happened last time, which I understand, but I definitely remember as I am the DM. And to recap, everyone, last session they were attempting to find the bones of Saint Andrew. They had spoke with the coffin maker, who informed them roundabout how to get the bones, and they happened to watch a 6 zombie spawn jump out a window. Sir Edward, psycho shit he is, decides to jump out the window after him and chase him. Hurts himself a little bit, but hey, he keeps going. He keeps an eye. Damn, bro. And they chase them all the way back to the St. Andrew's Church, where, lo and behold, Strahd is waiting. And the zombie spawn hands the bones to Strahd, and as Sir Edward enters, Strahd talks to him real quick, and basically they watch the bones go poof in a small little fireball, and Sir Edward decides that he's going to be Billy Badass and has decided he is going to attack Strahd. Everyone else, or Xorag, has decided he is going to try and keep Sir Edward alive, and Shadow and Zane are going to attempt to find Ireena and the father, while Strahd is distracted. Does that help everyone remember what is going on?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, with that being said, I need initiative rolls from everybody.
Oh, shoot, this one.
18.
Whoopsie! Give me a second.
11.
Now, where's the map again? Let me find that.
Good God.
Donner with a 15.
Can somebody send the map in general?
It should already be in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pinned.
It'll be under...
It was pinned. I'm just blind.
Yeah, it's a pinned comment.
Yep. All right, and I think... All right, everyone has rolled. I see Zane, Sir Edward, Xorag, yep, and Shadow. Perfect. All right, and with that being said, combat starts. At the top of the list, Strahd. Okay, so with that being said, Strahd looks as Sir Edward has his great sword lifted, ready to strike, and looks at Sir Edward and goes, "Are you planning on attacking me with that toothpick?" And sort of lets out a maniacal laugh, and just stands there with the ashes of the bones in his hand. And we move on to Zane.
Alright. There's not much we can really do here, I guess.
You do see
Well, remember,
some...
me and you are trying to find her.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. Okay. We're trying to find the girl, right?
Yeah, you weren't going to be going in, I don't think.
No, we're going to be finding the girl. We can go in and do a room search to try to find her. Because I have a plan of once we do find her.
Thing is, he's not going to be able to last long against...
That's why we need to rush and find her. Because as long as Sir Edward has him distracted, his focus isn't on us. His focus will be on Sir Edward. That'll give us time to find her. And if we can find her, I have a plan.
Thing is, if I cast Phantasmal Force on him, I waste one of his turns pretty much fully.
No, don't.
Alright.
I have a plan. Just,
Right,
if we can't find her this turn, if we can't find her, you're going to need your spell. I've got a plan.
How do I make this room visible that I'm at right here?
So it's... hold on 1 minute. I have a weird... Okay. Oh, okay. I have no idea what that is, so I'm removing that from there. Because there was a second Sir Edward for some reason in the combat list. I have no idea.
It's his doppelganger.
Just one of them weird things, you know. But, alright, so you are going to that room?
Yep.
And, alright. Give me a second.
Oh, that was easy.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
That does change things, but at the same time, it doesn't.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you do see Ireena.
Wait.
She is hunched. Basically semi-cowering by that bed.
So you might hate me for what I'm about to do. You know,
You might want to talk to me.
The giant fuck off.
This is our plan?
I'm gonna hit him from where I'm at now with it.
No.
It hits nobody.
No.
I mean, we can't just not attack him. We're gonna have to do something. We can't really get away from this guy.
Zane.
And that doesn't waste a spell slot for me either.
I know that, but here's the thing. Why would he destroy the bones? Because he knew the bones were protecting her. Were keeping him from her. So since the bones are no longer necessary for him, that's why they're destroyed, which is something we needed. So why don't we do the same thing and give him an ultimatum?
Oh, so basically we kill her or...
No. We don't. We use her as a bargaining chip. Stay where you are. I'll be there on my turn. I have a plan.
Thing is, why wouldn't he just not kill us when we hand her over?
Who says we're going to hand her over?
How are we going to get away if we don't?
You'll see. Let me get there so I can tell you more of the plan.
Alright.
Alright, so are you ending your turn at this point, Zane?
Yes.
Okay. On to Shadow.
Go right there. And I will tell Zane the plan, and the plan is this. What we're going to do is either we keep her in here, keep her safe, have you cast minor illusion to make yourself look like her. We come out of this room, and you see, as you look, you see the blade come out from his wrist. I will put this up to your neck with you casting minor illusion.
Okay, the issue with that is people who are like exceptionally stronger than me can see through minor illusion, I believe.
But I'm not gonna. Is that true?
I'm checking.
Say what?
But if that's the case, we'll go to the second option.
I'm sorry, what was
Okay,
that?
if they take a study action to examine the sound or image, the creature can determine that it is an illusion. A successful intelligent roll, investigation check on your spell DC. If a creature determines for what the illusion is, the illusion becomes faint to the creature.
Okay, so as far as he's aware, we can make him think that it's her. We keep her safe. We keep her sound. Keep her away. But we make him think that I have her. You, when you cast minor illusion, you will look like her. So make him think that I have her.
Hmm.
And because he destroyed something of ours, we destroy something of his unless he leaves and lets us be. If he says no,
We could try that.
this is the only way we're going to do it unless we're going to get our asses kicked. He is way too powerful, and we are not ready to face him.
It's the only thing we can try, I guess.
If we could do it this way and we can get him to leave us alone, I don't care how we do it. I basically just look at him and I go, are we Sir Edward? We got to do this smart or we die.
Fine, we can try it.
Would you rather you cast minor illusion and look like her? Or do we explain to her what we're doing
I
and see
think
if
it's
she
better
goes
for us
along?
to explain it to her, because if I stay here, I can hit him with that giant fuck off lightning spell. And that, even with his strong gaze, it will do some damage to him.
Okay, that's fine. We can do that. So I will explain to Ireena what the plan is and see if she will go along with it. And I will explain to her, I mean her no harm. I don't wish harm on her. I will not harm her. We're trying to do what we can so everybody here remains safe. And I will even give her my word that she will remain safe.
All right, well, she listens to your plan, and she thinks it's a little far-fetched, but it might work, and she will go along with it until necessary. That she can't,
Right. And that's all I can honestly ask of her to do. And I will explain to her, if he leaves us alone, and if we can make him think that because he destroyed something of ours, and if we take something from him, you're kind of like a bargaining chip, in a way. But don't worry, you will remain safe. You're in good hands. And I think Zane would agree on that.
As good a hands as you're going to get.
So with that will end my turn.
I will cast
Alright.
minor illusion of like blood bleeding from her neck when you go to leave. That way it looks like the blade's actually to her neck.
Okay.
All right, we are on to Xorag.
Has Sir Edward hasn't gone yet, right?
No, sir.
I'm going to cast Bless on Sir Edward.
Okay, is that a
It's an action.
okay?
It is a concentration spell. I can bless up to 3 creatures within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target adds 1d4 to the attack or saving throw. Actually, I can see everybody.
Yeah, you
So
could actually cast it on everyone.
yeah, let me go ahead and cast it on Sir Edward, Zane, and Shadow.
Gotcha.
And hopefully I don't need it. So let's do that. How
that
do I
would
do
be a
this here?
hell of a situation.
Yeah, so it actually doesn't require any rolls or I just cast it. Concentration range, yeah, it's just automatic. So they'll have a 1d4 on their attack spells from here on out. I don't know how we annotate it on everybody else's stuff. They just gotta remember they got it, I guess.
They just got to remember they have it.
Yep. So Zane,
I might play a cleric. I always reminded everybody, add a D4, add a D4.
it's been added D4. So I'll keep my thing up, and since I've done that, is the door behind me open?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna just kick it and back away because I don't want to be in the line of wrath of Strahd.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop in there.
You're going into that room. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Is that door open though? If it's not open, I'm not gonna bother with it.
No, it's not actually open.
Okay.
The only door that's open is the one that me and Zane are in.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the main door.
Yeah, can I? Does it cost me an action to open the door?
It actually would.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stay right where I am like a damn.
Why not just come to the room that I'm in?
Well, because I'm trying to avoid creating a bunch up area right there.
Oh wait.
I got you.
And that way, as long as he sees us in the hallway, he's focusing on us. If I start going, he just saw everybody go into that room. I mean, if I was,
Did he or is his eyes just focused on Sir Edward?
I don't know, but you see a whole bunch of people running in one room, whether he's focused on Edward or not, it does catch his attention. I don't want to draw more attention to that area. So I'm going to kind of stay here and hope for the best. All right, that's my turn.
All right. We are on to Sir Edward.
Okay. I will move forward towards Strahd.
5, 10, 15. Yeah, 20 to get to Strahd. Be right in front of Strahd.
Okay, and actions. I will take my greatsword and take a swing.
All right.
Don't forget your plus 1d4.
Okay, so
Wow.
21 plus the D4. Where's the D4? There it is. Plus the D4.
Wow.
So
All right,
21 plus 4.
That definitely does hit.
Okay. Damage.
Stunned.
13.
Does 13 damage. All right. Let me double check real quick. Okay. That's right. That's what I forgot about that. Okay, so 13 damage. And do you want to explain your swing or anything that you do at him?
Yeah, I aim for his neck with full force.
Well, it would be a graze on his neck. You would have grazed his neck if you were swinging at him because that's not going to kill him.
So did I miss him or did it actually
No, you hit him, but you're not doing enough damage to constitute a killing strike.
Gotcha. I'm gonna do my action surge, which I can do another action.
All right.
Okay, and I will swing again.
Plus 1d4.
Okay, so 26
Jesus.
plus 4.
Holy fuck. 30 to
damage,
hit.
damn.
Holy crap. That definitely hits.
All right, guys,
Xorag
we're
does
ending the
good
campaign
blessings.
today.
12 damage.
All right. Okay, your second swing. How do you strike him with that one?
I try striking his stomach slash midair.
Abdomen, yeah. His midsection. All right. That is fine. And so you've done your action and action surge. So you notice that they are where you have struck is bleeding because of you actually hitting him. Does that end your turn?
Hold on, I'm looking for something real quick. Nope, that's not it. Where is it? Reactions, opportunity. Okay, I can't use it. Where is that one that the savage thingy? I can't see it.
Are you talking about savage attacker or something like that?
Yeah. It's in here somewhere. I just can't. I'm just blind.
Well, that's a no-brainer. Give me a minute. I'm looking to get to your character sheet. Because do you remember what it does?
One moment. I'll have to look at the web page version because it's
Stone's
not coming up on
endurance,
my.
action surge, tactical mind, features and traits. So let's see. Second wind, mastery, action surge, improved crit. Oh shit, that's right. Remarkable athlete, weapon mastery. Okay. Background, maybe? I'm not seeing it. I don't know where it is. I don't think you actually got it.
I added it.
Oh, there it is. Once per turn, when you hit a target with a weapon, you can roll the weapon's damage dice twice and use either roll against the target. So you can decide to change or possibly try again on one of your rolls, is what that says.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll again and see if you get a better strike?
Nah. I guess that ends my turn.
All right. So, after you attack Strahd, he looks at you with this grin on his face, and you happen to notice the strike on his abdomen heal up, and even part of the strike on his neck heal. And he's like, I told you. Oh my god, enough, boys. They're good at that. I asked you if you was going to hit me with that toothpick, and apparently you decided you wanted to hit me with that toothpick. So maybe I should let you see what real power is. And he literally balls up his fist and swings at you.
Can I dodge?
Nope. Do you have that ability as a reaction?
Nope.
Okay. And as he swings at you, it actually does nothing but hits, or you watch as his swing flies wildly at you and completely misses you.
You
Well,
psyched him out.
yeah. Well, apparently your moves are a little better than my fist. But I will get you. Don't worry about that. And on to Zane.
Can I prepare a spell to attack him if Mine and Shadow's plan goes wrong?
I mean, you can, but you
Alright,
would. The problem is you have a concentration spell going on.
I didn't do a concentration spell.
Oh, you
did I?
haven't
I have
yet
the
done
Xorag's
the
got the
minor
concentration.
illusion. That's right.
So I'm gonna use my Staff of Lightning. You know the giant fuck off 96 plus 2d6 plus 2d6. Yeah, I'm gonna prepare that because fuck you.
Okay. You're preparing but not using, right?
Preparing, yes. I'm preparing to use it just in case our plan goes wrong.
Okay. And are you doing anything else?
Nope.
All right. On to Shadow.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm not being really prepared for this part. I saw this going one of two different ways. All you hear in a big, booming voice is just the name Strahd. Almost like it's a dragon roar. You see Shadow walk out of the room with Ireena in front of him.
Ireena.
And if you look, Ireena, and if you look very carefully, I don't know how far he can actually see, how far Strahd can see, but if you look carefully, you will see his hidden blade out.
Oh.
Out, poking just a little bit at her neck.
So you're talking about
He steps
actual
forward.
Ireena.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just enough to apply pressure, but not enough to actually cause blood
So
to
you're saying
come out.
putting her right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
To where he can see that the blade is there.
Well, you might want to put
I
yourself...
live. Oh, I'll put myself right behind her. Sorry, I didn't know you wanted me to do that. Okay. You hear immediately after that, I live by a code. I work in the shadows to serve the light. I have something in my hands that you want. You, kind sir, and no, I am not looking at him directly in the eye because my hood is straight over. To where if I do look straight ahead, all I see is my hood.
Okay.
I told you. When the time is right, me and you will fight. And right now, that time is not right. So how about you do us a favor? Yes, you destroyed something of ours. Congratulations. I give you credit. You outsmarted us. But now that the shoe is on the other foot, I highly recommend you leave this place. You let these people that I am here with go. And when the time is right, yes, we will go to war. And I will tell you, to be honest, one of us will not be coming out of that war alive. The choice is yours to make. You leave, we all live. You stay, she dies.
Interesting proposition. I wonder if you would really be able to kill her if the time required it.
You don't know me, and I sure as hell don't know you. Our paths have crossed for a reason. I lean over, and I just tell Ireena, you know, I mean you no harm. I come back up. I have killed for less. Now I give you the proposition once again. You leave, you let us live, and when the time is right, me and you will go to war. And if you don't leave, I will kill her. This is something you want. You destroyed something we wanted. How bad do you want it?
He is contemplating, but until his turn, can't really do a whole lot. So, are you ending your turn?
Yes.
All right. Well, Strahd uses a legendary action
Oh, of course he does. Fuck.
and comes up right to you and says, "You want to say that again?"
Apply just a little bit more pressure to the neck. As I do that, I look
Tell him to get back.
at Zane just out of the corner of my eye. I know what he's got ready. I apply just a little bit more pressure.
And it is now Xorag's turn.
Xorag ain't too happy you brought the bear and tooks to him. Let's see here. I'm thinking here. I think I have an idea what I want to do. It'll be worthless, but it's within character.
Question for the DM while Xorag, you decide what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Since Zane has that spell prepared, could he at any time, if he sees that the plan is not working, before his next turn, because he'll lose it at the beginning of his next turn, I do believe.
Can
Can he use it?
all of y'all if I'd used it, besides him.
Do what now?
It would kill all of you besides him.
Then you can't do that. There's no way that you could direct the attack?
Not with the way it is, no. It's a 5 by 120 feet.
Oh, yeah, we're fucked. Okay. Never.
He doesn't know that about the spell, though. That's the thing.
Right. I know. Now that I'm listening, I would have went from cold and gone to my original driving board, which is lightning resistance.
Wait, you can fly, right?
No! I already burned it. Get in here. Remember, we were hauling ass to get here.
All right, so Xorag's going to go ahead and attempt a foolish action, but the only thing he can think of doing, which is to channel his divinity to turn undead, as he backs away, hopefully to push the bear away from the group. I do not think it's going to be successful, but it is what Xorag would be inclined to do.
Turn undead. Read what the action.
So
Thinks that would work.
Yeah, so it's one action with a save of Wisdom 13. As a magic action, you present your holy symbol and censure undead creatures. Each undead of your choice, which is one, within 30 feet of you, must make a Wisdom saving throw. I think he's going to make it. If the creature fails its save, it has a frightened or incapacitated condition for 1 minute. For that duration, it tries to move as far from you as it can in its turn. The effect ends early on the creature makes. If the creature takes any damage, if you have incapacitated condition, or if you die. So I'm just trying to get him to push away. I can't imagine him not making a saving throw of a Wisdom versus 13. But who knows? Maybe he's distracted by Zane's rambling. So
you mean Shadow's rambling?
You mean Shadows?
Shadow's ramblings, yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, Shadows rambling is not a ramble. This is outside of the game. This is not a ramble. Shadow's really contemplating this.
So that's my action. I'm going to use the Channel Divinity, and he's got to roll a saving throw versus 13. Wisdom saving throw versus 13.
All right.
But the question is Strahd undead? We don't know if Strahd is undead.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm assuming that he is.
So it's a real bad. I'm saying that because I used to play a cleric. I don't know. I don't remember how many Channel Divinities you have. Would it be a wise idea to do that? Burn a slot, burn your Channel Divinity, and come to find out he's not undead?
Yeah, I have 2 uses. That's it.
And you recharge him every long rest.
Every long rest, yeah. Well, if it don't work, I ain't going to try it again. So,
it's worth a shot.
All right, is that your final choice?
that is my action, and then he'll back up to be just outside the door.
You realize if it does not work, by backing up, you trigger an opportunity attack.
Well, I'll wait to see if it works first, then I'll back up. We'll see who runs away first.
All right, so as you present your holy symbol, Strahd looks at you and says, "Put that away. What are you trying to do? I'm not afraid of that."
So it sounds like an automatic success.
He
that
did
did not work.
succeed. It did
It sounds
not
like
work.
he's not undead.
It did not work. He succeeded his saving throw.
Okay.
Right, well,
It was one of 2 options there. I was like, shit. The way you said it like that, I was like, he's not undead. Son of a bitch.
yeah, that's not a worries. So there we are. I'll stand my ground here and see what happens next. Hopefully, Sir Edward comes up and gets his attention
Wait,
next.
hold on. If we're looking at the map, Strahd is not next to me. Not directly beside me like you said he was.
This is in front of me.
Because if you look on the map, Strahd is standing in front of Xorag.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but he's facing you too. I mean,
Right,
he's
he can
basically
see
facing all
you.
three of us.
I'm not looking at him. He can't see my face. All he sees is my dragon nose. That's all he sees.
Okay. What does that have to do with price of tea in China?
You said he was standing right next to me.
But he is
I
standing
said
right
he
next to
comes up to you.
you.
Okay, he comes up. I thought you said right next to me. That's on me.
Yeah, it's still adjacent. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still within looking of you.
He can reach out and touch.
Now,
Yeah, he could reach out and
Question.
say hi.
I know he can. Question. Actually, I'll do it this way. Continue. I'll ask my question this way. So, just go ahead.
Huh? What
Go
question?
ahead and continue. I'm shooting you a question via text message.
Oh, God.
Oh well. So it'll be Zane's the server's turn next.
Okay, well, before Sir Edward gets his turn, Strahd,
Am I in range for my javelin? Let's see. One. Each block is 5 feet, right?
yes.
1, 10, 15. Ooh, I'm in range. I'm in, my turn, correct?
Not yet. It was David asking me a question, Rachel. Just ignore. Okay. All right. As you are ready to make your action, Strahd does reach out to quote unquote touch Shadow using his legendary action. And let's see. God, wait a minute. Never mind.
They may have to pull the trigger.
I'm
Can
just gonna
I-
yell out from while he's doing that. I'm gonna say I will kill both you and not you, but I'll kill her along with this whole group of people. I am but like you. I have lived for 100 years. I am not attached to them. I'm not. Zane's not being honest, but he's not gonna be able to really tell that either. Being with them has been a mere fraction of my journey, so don't think I'm afraid to kill them in your beloved.
Oh,
I think I can make an
damn.
opportunity at
Yeah, you
But what does he say to that?
watch as he basically takes his hand and basically, wait, is it a slash or bludgeon? Give me a second. I gotta make sure I get this right. I did not look. Okay. You notice these claws, like what would be his nails, have like sharp points on them. And he basically reaches out and slashes at your cloak and your body, Shadow. And you end up taking 9 slashing damage and 15 necrotic damage for a total of 24 damage.
Hold on.
Which almost puts you unconscious.
So I take. You said 25 points of damage total.
You took 24 points total. You're down to 3 hit
I
points.
am down to 3.
Yeah. That's why I said, holy shit.
Sir Edward would like to make an opportunity attack.
You have no opportunity attacks. But
He-
it
he-
is now your turn.
Well, he did leave my reach, but
With the legendary action, it does not provoke an attack of opportunity.
That was the question I asked the DM.
Sir Edward uses his javelin and aims it towards his heart area.
Okay. Roll it. God bless, 25. Okay.
Yeah, that includes the plus 1d4, right?
No.
It don't matter. He's fucking brutal. And rolling an 18, yeah, he's hit him. 27,
25 plus 2.
25, 27, it don't matter. It all hit. Roll damage. And as you throw that javelin, you see the javelin sticking out the back of Strahd, like straight out from where you threw it. And
I yell to him and say, "Don't forget me, baby."
okay, so let me
Did you
take
forget
out
somebody?
his 8 points of damage. All right, well, he turns towards you after that, and Xorag sort of has to, like, duck to not get taken out by the javelin sticking out his back.
Laurel and Hardy ladder trick.
Yeah, right? And he looks at you and says, I haven't forgotten about you.
You sure? Because it looks like you have. While Sir Edward stands there twirling his sword.
Do you end your turn, or you got any more moves?
I am looking.
You've already used your action surge, so you have no more until a short rest, I believe.
Actually, long rest.
Okay.
Oh, wait, short or long?
Yeah.
Sorry, short or long. Yep, that ends my turn.
All right. Stop now, Rachel. With that, as you watch, you notice the javelin that is sticking out of Strahd's back, and Xorag is watching this really closely because it's like right in his face. You watch as that javelin just like suddenly comes out of out of his back and falls to the ground, and even the gash on his neck heals up completely. And with that, he looks and says, my little friend, it is now your turn. And start to head towards Sir Edward. Is anyone wanting to take their attack of
When
opportunity?
he gets right here, I'm attacking. When he gets right there, I'm attacking with my lightning.
Don't you have to have line of sight?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yep.
What does it say?
It's the staff move you gave me.
Well, I can't remember what the stat exactly the attack says.
You can make it into attack with lightning. Nope. Doesn't say anything about line of sight.
1 second. Then.
You can take a magic attack to cost a bolt of lightning from the tip of your staff in a line that is 5 feet wide and 120 feet long. Each creature in that line makes a DC 17 saving throw, taking 96 lightning damage on a failed save and half as much on a successful one.
You shooting through a wall?
It can go through walls. Yeah, it's a giant fuck off lightning attack.
Lightning strike. Okay. That's what you're talking about, right? Lightning strike?
Yep, it's the one that does the most damage.
Yeah, you can take, a magic action to cause a bolt of lightning to leap from the staff's tip in a line. I don't think it would go through walls.
I mean, how thick are the walls?
I mean, these are basic walls. You're talking like...
Lightning bolt or lightning strike?
It says lightning. It says a bolt of lightning to leap from the staff's tip in a line that is 5 feet wide and 120 feet long. Well, I guess theoretically it would work. It would just cause a nice hole in the church.
I mean, it destroyed part of the forest. It destroyed a good amount of the forest last time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess you're right. But anyways, before we get to that point, Xorag or Shadow, are you going to take attacks of opportunity?
No. Xorag is not. He's holding off for something else.
Shadow. I can't hear you if you're saying anything.
Nope, I'm not attacking.
Okay. So 5, 10. So at this point, you're going to attack, right, Zane?
Yep. 19 plus 4. 1d4.
Oh. No, it's a magic
does a 28
action.
hit?
It's not a hit attack.
Oh, I thought
No, I think it's a DC save.
Yeah, it's a DC save.
All right.
17 dexterity.
Yep.
Okay, give me a second. Yeah, I was like, why are you rolling? 17 dexterity.
One of the dice is stuck in. Okay, that doesn't seem right. Only 29? That did we did like 100 something last time.
Well, you ended up with a lot of low numbers. 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 2, 6.
True.
Just
still a good amount of damage, to be fair.
If he fails.
Even if he doesn't fail, it's still damage.
True.
To be fair. Anyway, sorry, had to say it.
Yeah, what did he get on his dex save?
He saved. Barely.
Fuck.
Barely. I mean, he literally rolled a 17.
Is anybody able to do anything about that, guys?
So that
Wait, would he have disadvantage or anything if he doesn't
Yeah.
know the attack is coming?
He would take 15 points of damage. Of lightning.
Sorry, you're not a rogue. You don't get that sneak attack damage.
No, I meant like not sneak attack damage, but would anything happen because he doesn't really know the attack is coming, does he?
No. It's just
Alright.
It's just the damage.
Alright.
No special shit with it, you know.
That's fair.
Alright, so that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, and yes, he is a little hurt from that. I mean, it did leave a nice little mark on his, I guess it would be his side, as it blasted through.
Sir
he-
Edward looks at Strahd and says, "Ooh, I smell some barbecue."
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay. At this point, swings once. Oof. And ends up doing a total of 23 damage to Sir Edward. Just happens to find the right spots in his armor to make contact with his skin. 12 of it being slashing and 11 being necrotic. And so you
So you
took
said
23 damage.
Damn. It's not bad.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, no shit.
You hit? Yeah. You were at 34.
Hmm.
So 34 minus 23 means you're at 11 hit
11.
points? Sir Edward?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to fix it. I accidentally hit the damage twice.
Ah. Well, put yourself to where you're at 11. One more damage. All right.
Oh.
And unbeknownst to you, a second claw comes in for the swing.
Good lord.
And I can't block or dodge or
Nope.
anything, so. Correct.
Correct.
Like, I can't use athletics to, like, get out the way or
Nope.
anything.
You don't have any reactions.
Gotcha. Okay, how much do I take?
Okay, at this point, you are technically at -6 hit points. You are knocked unconscious. You took a total of 17 damage, 5 being the slashing and 12 being necrotic. So put yourself at 0. You are now unconscious, laying there, and down to death saves. And Strahd turns around and says to y'all, to the rest of you, flee now or join your friend. Take Ireena if you want. Or sorry. No, you don't need to roll a death save yet. Stop rolling.
My bad.
Stop touching stuff, Sir Edward. Are you trying to kill yourself?
Yes.
What?
Wait,
Why'd you
what's up?
say yes?
Shadow.
He's being
Shadow, why'd you
snarky,
say
bro.
yes? Okay, I didn't understand what you just said. Okay, anyways, take Tatiana if you please. I will get her. I don't have to have her today, but she will be mine. And
So
with that, it is on to Zane.
So are we taking Sir Edward? Do we get to take our friend? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same boat. Because my whole thing is, I think, and I could be wrong here, I think he's wanting to do a trade. I think he's thinking life for life. I could be wrong. God, I hope I'm wrong.
Your friend is pittance to me. He is nothing. You want your
That's
friend?
a yes. I can have him.
You want your friend? Come have him. I want nothing from you guys. You all are nothing compared to me. I can already tell. I could take you down in a heartbeat. But I shall let you live. Just remind your friend that he needs to be very careful, as my land is very, very dangerous. Same. I know.
Sounds so much better.
Right. Zane, are you done?
So it's my turn?
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
I'll
nothing I
wait.
can really do.
Okay. All right. Shadow, you're up.
As Shadow removes the blade and brings his arm down, he will also remind Strahd that there will be a time and a place for this to end. And he's right. That time is not now. But that time will come. And when it does, only one. And he looks down at his blade. Will walk out alive, moves his wrist. Blade goes back into its sheath. Turns around. Says, guys, let's go.
I'm by me.
Are we leaving Sir
Shadow with Ireena.
No, we need to
His
get
arm will be wrapped around Ireena at this time. With the blade put into his sheath. We'll have his arm around Ireena, turn around, and walk out the door.
So who's getting Sir Edward?
That I would imagine
We're out of combat.
would be a situation for Xorag, especially since Xorag is the one with Spare the Dying.
Spare the dying.
Yeah.
And
But we
okay,
need,
so
but in all honesty, we need combat to be over before we even think about going towards Sir Edward.
right. So you're looking like one more turn where Sir Edward is going to have to roll one death save to see if he succeeds before. But you did say that you and Ireena were walking out the door, right?
Yes, we are. I have my arm around her, the arm that has the blade. The blade is sheathed. Has his arm around her because he's also using her to kind of stand up because
Right.
he's not looking too hot.
Right.
Oh, I forgot.
And
you
is
guys.
walking out the door.
All right.
I'll
We'll
move
put you
me
at
out the
that
door.
point. Yeah. Okay. So Xorag, you see Sir Edward on the ground, unconscious, bleeding out. You watch as Shadow and Ireena have walked out the front door. And Zane is standing there with you. Strahd is still in the way. What are you going to do at this point?
Xorag is going to confidently walk forward 15 feet there so he can be within range of his Spare the Dying spell.
Okay.
Cast his Spare the Dying spell on
Sir Edward.
Sir Edward. Yeah. And then move back 15 more feet. That'll be his full action. I'll
Okay.
go back here.
So you have to be within 15 feet of the target?
Yep, I have to be within 15 feet of the target. But because he's walking up calmly, like he is contemplating, he's in rest, that is not aggressive, so that when he casts his Spare the Dying, it is not perceived as an affront to Strahd or provocation to Strahd. He may not even recognize that I am casting a spell on Sir Edward. He is just doing his blessings and leaving.
Okay. Well,
And
Sir
my...
Edward, you do not have to roll a death save, being that he casts Spare the Dying on you. But there is nothing you can do at this point. So, we move on to Strahd, who...
Yeah, so he becomes stable, that's it, yep.
Yep, he is stable. So he's just at 0 hit points.
Yep.
You watch as Strahd... Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Damn. Okay, never mind then. Alright, you watch as Strahd turns into a bat. And it's a tiny bat. And starts to fly up and out of the building and towards what you would imagine is his residence. And with that, we will go ahead and end combat.
Now, while Xorag goes and gets Sir Edward, get him up, I will fall to a knee and just look up at Ireena and say, I made a promise. I held to my end of the promise.
Yes, you did.
Do not look at us. Us, dragon. I'm going to use Dragonborn. That's not what they call it now. I don't know what they call it now, but I'm using Dragonborn. Us, Dragonborn, are not bad people. Ow. No, this is me actually role-playing this. When I told him what I told him, I need you to understand. I was trained to take out bad people. And in many years of service, I've done that. You are not a bad person. He coughs. But that person, that is apparently the one you are betrothed to, is. He moves his hand, sees the blood from those wounds. He takes it. He removes his hood from his face. And you see him wipe his own blood on his face. And goes, "This is to remind me that there is another war coming. And he will pay for what he did to me."
All right.
He falls to his other knee and is just writhing in pain.
Okay. Xorag, are you ready to cast a heal of any sort?
Yep. I was waiting for the dramatic
know.
display there. I'm doing the cure wounds. Yeah, I'm not being.
Hey, I'm just trying to make it entertaining for the audience.
no,
That's all
no,
I'm
no.
trying to do.
No, I'm not. I'm not mocking it. I'm doing cure wounds on Sir Edward here. So that should be, yep, let's do 40. Oh, it's a second level spell. So I'm up casting a first level spell to a second level spell. And that's, come on, roll. Boom. Nice.
Okay, he is completely healed. Well, wait, no, 34 points. Almost completely healed.
There's
You
one
got
thing Xorag does
34
well.
points
That's
of heal.
heal. We can heal. He can't hit. He can't hit for shit, but he can heal.
Yeah, right?
You hear as he's down after you heal him, you hear kind of a growl. He's not the only one that needs it. Oh.
Is that bloody
That was
guy?
Shadow, yeah.
Am I still unconscious at this point?
No, your eyes are open and you're looking around a little dazed.
Yeah, so I can't tell who else is wounded.
I think was just me and Sir Edward were the only two that were.
Yeah. Sir Edward and Shadow were the only ones that took damage.
All right, so Shadow should be 2 wounded, right? How about you?
Shadow is almost down.
Down to 3? That's just a scratch.
I'm not down, but I'm down to 3 hit points.
All right. So, yeah, he come over here and give some healing to you too. All right. We'll do a second level spell also, the cure wounds.
Question, is Sir Edward still unconscious?
No, you have 34 hit points.
You are healed.
You have 34 hit points.
Shadow gets 26.
I get 26. That's better than nothing.
Sir Edward looks around and says, "Well, that did not go as planned."
As when Shadow takes his healing, he will get up. Hearing you say that, that 26 put me over. We'll walk over to you, Sir Edward. Give you a nice little tap on the shoulder because he knows that you are up. Have you turned around? And no, DM, I did not fill you in on what I'm about to do. Hands up his fists. Looks you dead in the face. And goes, "You pulled that stupid shit again. And you try to get us all killed. I will kill you personally." Turns around,
Well, somebody
walks
had to
out.
give a distraction.
Yeah, but we had to come up with a plan because your stupidity caused all of this to happen.
Sir Edward looks back at Shadow and says, "Love you too, Pumpkin."
Shadow just ignores it, just keeps out fucking walking. God, Ireena.
Okay. Well, that was a fun situation. So now, suddenly you see I'm not putting him in here, but suddenly you see the father come out of a different room and look around and be like, is he gone?
For now.
Well, that's a good thing. How is Ireena?
Alive.
Alive.
I will walk in with Ireena at this time, and I will say she was not harmed.
Well, that is good. I take it that the bones are no more.
They are destroyed. Fully.
Unfortunately.
Well, that is not gonna bode well for Ireena. I have heard of one other place that might be able to provide her some protection.
I think it's best if she travels with us.
I understand. But I have heard that the church in Kresk might be able to afford her the protection that I am no longer able to.
I think we should leave it up to her.
So you're asking Ireena what she wants to do?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. She realizes that with you guys, she is actually putting herself in quite a bit of danger and suggests checking out Kresk to see if they might be able to provide the protection that is needed.
Yeah, as long as they don't have a groundskeeper like the last guy.
Sir Edward looks at her and says, how much are we talking?
Shadow, hearing that, just looks at Ireena dead in the face and goes, and just puts his hand up in front of Sir Edward and just looks at her and goes, there's no payment needed.
Oh, there's payment needed. We're going to have to shop for
You've already got paid. You have all the money.
I don't have, and I'm saying
Zane's the richest one, and I'm poor.
I'm not talking about her paying us. I'm talking about the cost of traveling there.
Does it matter? We don't even know how far away it is from here. For somebody that proclaims to be from a soldier background, that proclaims to be a soldier, you're not planning things out the proper way. You're acting on emotion. You're acting using something that isn't your head, that is attached to your shoulders.
Mom, Dad, please stop fighting.
I am using my head. I'm trying to calculate what we're going to need for the journey and the Strahd and what we need to be prepared.
I didn't know that you were the distraction. You just went on full board because that's the way you are. You're not thinking. The three of us took the time and figured something out.
All
Well,
right,
you went
enough,
storming
guys.
in the
If we keep
church.
fighting like this, the party's going to be split up. And guess what? Split up, he's going to be able to kill us even easier. Right now, we should just focus on getting stronger so we can actually take him down.
Shadow looks
Whether or
over
not,
Zane
whether
and
you and
goes,
Thor would hate each other as much as you do, Shadow. I get it. Y'all don't like each other, but we're stronger as a team.
it's not that I don't like him, Zane. That's not it. It's not. I come from I am a soldier through and through. I bleed the colors of my flag. When we go into battle, we come up with that plan where we know exactly how long it's going to take us to get there and what we have to deal with when we're there. I don't go into a battle headstrong, thinking I'm all big and powerful. I know when I'm going to get my butt kicked. And this is one of those times I knew I was getting my butt kicked.
He is right on one part, though. We do need to figure out the expenses and how far that travel is going to be.
Instead of asking the question automatically of how much, the five of us, or the six of us, if we include the father, and he looks up at him and say, with all due respect,
The father
and goes,
is not planning on going with y'all.
then the six of us, he could still help us prep. Then the six of us need to sit down and figure out how long it's going to take us to get there and get any and all information before we make the next trek. So if you all would be so kind and let's find a pew, a table, or something we all can sit down at and we can come up with the plan that we need so we can get Ireena to safety.
Well, let's head to the tavern then. I think they have some tables we can use.
Sorry, I just had a previous character moment just now. Shadow looks over at him and goes, I don't drink.
Said we need a drink. We just need a table, right?
I said a table or a pew. We're all right here. We're all together. We know he's not coming back here.
Well, where do we got to take Ireena? Because we were supposed to take her here, and here does not.
There's another chapel there's another place we can take her to. I'm trying to get everybody. We know he's not here. We're safe here for now. Why don't we just stay here? We sit down and we figure this out. There's no reason for us to leave and go somewhere else right now. We're safe for now here.
Sir Edward walks up to the steps and sits down.
And so you know, well, if you're sitting at okay, discussing with the father and everyone in the party, you have come to realize, good God, that your trek to whatever it is to Kresk is actually going to take you a few days to get there because it's not a straight shot.
Like how many days?
Shadow-
2, 3?
I would say 2 to 3.
Gotcha.
Shadow will look over at Sir Edward and go, "How are we looking for rations?"
Sir Edward pulls his backpack over and digs through. I got 30 rations.
30 rations, 4 people.
5.
We're looking at least.
That's 6 days.
We would have enough.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. If you're talking 3 meals, 5 people.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 3 meals, 5 people is what I was thinking.
That would be 2 days worth.
Isn't there... So, Edward, didn't you go to a merchant that sold rations?
Where do I check rations at?
It would be in your inventory. Yeah, I have 5 on me.
So that's another meal right there.
Yeah.
So that would be
So that would put us
2 days and 1 meal.
I know I had rations somewhere. I don't know where they are though.
Look in your backpack in your inventory.
I am. So I guess I don't have any.
Well, Shadow remembers that there is a merchant there in the town. How much were rations when you went to the merchant, Sir Edward? Do you remember?
I think there were like 5 something. I think 5 silver or 5 copper. I'm not 100%
I have about
sure.
5 platinum, so.
Shadow will go into his pouch that is attached to his hip. He will stick his hand in, remove 3 gold from his pouch, hand it to Sir Edward, and go, get what you can using this.
And
we'll hand Sir Edward 3 gold.
As a heads up, rations cost 25 silver each, which is 1 day worth of rations. And actually, come to find out, we've been wrong. Rations that each ration you have is a day's worth of rations. So you got a lot.
Never mind then.
Yeah. You've got like 6 days worth of rations for everyone.
Yeah. We got rations for days.
Yeah.
We should get an extra 3 or 4 days to be safe.
But you're talking at 25 silver apiece.
I have 5 platinum.
Why don't we all... Well, he looks over at Zane. Knowing who he's interacted with in the past and knowing that Zane does love his knowledge, don't you need books or anything?
It cost me about 50 gold to make a scroll.
What do you need to make a scroll?
Or to learn a scroll, I think is what it is.
Yeah, you gotta have a scroll, and then it costs you time, more or less, to learn.
Okay. And he's trying to remember if anyway. I don't think we know if there's any place that sells scrolls here in the town.
Basically, this is what I'm going to explain. I need gold to copy spells from my spellbook, so it's not really something we're going to need, to be honest.
Is gold?
Well, let's just head down to the marketplace.
No, I'm talking about me creating scrolls. It's certainly not going to ever be that useful.
Okay, well, since we have this information of where we're going, how long it's going to take us, and all that, why don't we head into town? Why don't we get supplies that we need to go along with this trek and see if there's anything that we could use in the travel. Let's go get it. We'll rest here for the night. Once we get what we need, we'll head out first thing in the morning.
Sounds good to me.
That sound good to everybody?
Agreed.
Yep.
Okay.
I need to
Let's
go to the
do
bathroom real
this
quick,
job.
though. I'll be right back.
All right.
I've been holding it in.
All right. Give me a second to put you guys back on Barovia. Okay. So, the town of Vallaki. Okay, let me move the map so people can actually see where you all are. But yes, oh, wait, you're in Vallaki, you're not leaving Vallaki yet. That's right. Sorry. Let me get to Vallaki map. That wasn't my bad. All right. So yes, y'all are right outside the church right now, which token player. We'll just put Sir Edward on the map. That is where you all are, right outside the church.
Sir Edward. The marker is for Sir Edward.
That's where you all. That marks everyone.
Okay.
Oh, let me get rid of this other token. There we go. Yeah, y'all are over at the church. And where is it that you all... Oh yeah, y'all are wanting to find somewhere to stay.
Where to stay, find a merchant to where we can get supplies that we need to help us with our travels, going to the next place.
One thing you remember when you had originally went to the church was it was dark. But as you walk out of the church, you notice it is the light again. And you can hear a bit of commotion on the streets. And it seems like a lot of people are heading towards the town center area.
And where is that at in correlation to where we are?
That would... don't even start, Rachel. That would actually, if you look on the map... Oh, come on. Oh, I need the...
Was it what you...
Right there.
Okay, so truly, how much time passed? Because I believe it was still the afternoon or the morning or something when we were heading to the church and it got dark.
Right. It was the afternoon.
I could be wrong. It was the afternoon. So how many, this may sound bad, how many hours or minutes were we at the church?
And the time you guys were at the church was maybe an hour.
Okay. I just needed a time frame. That way I could prepare. Okay.
Now you said that when we walked out of the church, it was brighter than normal?
No. It was... So if you remember when you guys left the coffin maker's shop, it had gotten dark mysteriously. But when you came out of the church, it was suddenly back to normal.
Okay. Now I'm tracking.
That's what I was trying to do too. I was like, hold on, I was trying to remember the time and all. That's why I was asking the questions that I did.
So
Okay.
that kind of makes you wonder: did it go dark because Strahd was in possession of the bones, or did it go light because the bones were destroyed?
I
What
wonder
was?
if it got. I'm thinking it got dark because Strahd was there
Yeah,
or was on his way,
yeah. There's just
and
a
it
lot of
got brighter when he left. That's what
yeah.
I'm thinking.
All we got some causation here. So clearly, when something goes dark, we need to see if Strahd shows up. Because if Strahd shows up only in darkness, then we know we got some. Now we make that connection here.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if he's around, it's dark, or it gets dark if he's around. When he's away, it's light.
Okay.
But this is something we'll discuss on the road. I say we head towards the town, the center of the town,
Yeah, we
the
can see
town
what's going
square or
on.
whatever it's called,
Yeah.
and see what's going on.
Well, if anything, we can share that one, we have encountered Strahd and we have survived, and two, that Ireena is still alive. So if we have anybody who has doubts of,
What do we really
insecurity or
want to announce? Do we really want to announce that we did that?
nope, not
Because
yet. You're right, not yet. It is one of those things I want to keep in our kit pocket of.
right, and I think that's one thing we need to stress.
Let's see what the circumstances are in town first before we start making the announcements. But we do need to see what's going on in town to see if that is something we do or should say.
But my problem is, and I'm totally playing in character here. I'm not
I'm tracking.
poking fun of anybody or anything like that. Well, with that, keeping this information hush hush about what we just experienced and what we went through, shouldn't we also make a comment to Sir Edward to keep it hush hush for now?
If that's our intent, is to keep everything on the down low, we should all do that. Now we're in information gathering mode. So Xorag agrees until we figure out what's going on, what his connections are, because we really don't know what his connections are. We assume the coffin maker.
Right. So we will go to the rest of the party and go. Don't say a word about what just happened. Keep it to yourself. He may have eyes and ears around.
Yeah, until we know who the allies are and who his agents are.
Right.
He may have the vernacular, the familiars that work for him, but yeah, somebody
he has his eyes and ears are around.
Yeah. And we don't even know for sure if that's the case. Was the coffin maker a servant of his or just an opportunist?
Right. Right. So let's go to the rest of the party and tell them what we experienced. But we keep that on the down low or keep it to ourselves. That way it doesn't get back to him that we're bragging about what happened.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that could just piss him off.
He could get a butts handed to us. Yep.
I swear to God, were you motherfuckers bagging about the fact that we just fought a vampire lord and got our asses kicked?
No! We're talking about keeping it to ourselves. We don't know what his eyes and ears are in the town.
I was about to call y'all some slurs.
No, we weren't going to brag. I, as the character, am afraid that somebody is going to do that and say, yeah, I got my butt kicked by them, but I still survived. I'm afraid somebody is going to say that.
Is that somebody, Sir Edward?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Because I ain't going to say shit.
Look,
because again,
ass is kicked.
You're right, we did. But guess what? Here's the thing, though, Zane. We're walking out. Still alive. Who knows how many people have actually had this happen?
To be fair,
we can use this as a learning experience for the next time.
Yeah, he's pulling a Goku.
Well, and the thing is Strahd knows we're alive, so it's not like it's going to be a surprise to him. I don't think we need to let anybody else know. What we need to figure out is, who are his other agents? Right,
that's what I'm worried about. We don't know who truly we can trust in this town yet.
And even if we did survive, I mean, the other agents won't care about that. So yeah, I get that. But let's go see what's going on here.
Yeah, let's go see what's going on at the town square.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Second.
We'll go from there.
All
Yeah,
right. So,
let's go.
yeah, I mean, the commotion is Rachel.
Sorry.
The commotion that's
Rachel?
coming from. Sorry, I had to tell my wife to quiet whatever she was doing. The commotion just keeps getting more and more loud as you get towards that town square. Traveling along the road.
What in the world is going on? Well, wait, if I remember correctly, wasn't there some kind of festival or something going on?
Yeah, there you go.
I thought there was. Okay. Yeah, because I'm
see-
remembering. There was some kind of festival, and then it got dark. Everybody fled. We went to the church, and now that it's bright again, everybody's back out due to the carnival. Okay. Or the festival or whatever it is. Okay. Now I'm tracking.
All right. As you get back to the town square, you see everyone is in an uproar, and you see a gentleman up on a podium trying to hush everyone. Like, he has his hands up, like, you know, waving them down, like asking everyone to be quiet. But people are not really listening to him. And you hear him exclaiming, "All is well. I promise you, all is well." And you can barely hear it over the commotion of the crowd.
To quiet the crowd down, I will look up. No, I will not do that, actually. Hold on, before I open my mouth and do something stupid. That would hurt the birds. I'm not like that. Never mind. I'll keep my mouth shut. Yeah, no, continue. Sorry. No, think about getting the crowd to shut up. I was going to use my cold breath up in the air.
Is anyone wanting to do anything?
Well, we need to get supplies.
Yeah, I think he's asking if anybody wants to do anything in response to this announcement that everybody should remain calm.
No, actually.
I'm afraid if I use my breath weapon up in the air, it's just going to cause more of a scene and make people more worried. So I guess what I could do is I would walk up to one of the town people. I don't really know what they're called. So I'm calling them town people.
Right.
And kind of ask what the all the commotion is about.
Yeah, what's going on?
The person you walk up to looks at you like, haven't you already just seen? And basically explains that the festivals have been for the fact that this town has been safe from Strahd, and he just appeared. And they're trying to get answers from the burgomaster, and points at the gentleman up on the podium.
Sir Edward just looks in the sky and starts whistling with his head behind his head.
So that takes a sigh of relief, knowing that he's doing that, and will politely ask the gentleman, I believe it's a gentleman, to help kind of restore order so that way everybody can get answers to what happened, because Yeah, Shadow, knowing truly what happened and escaping it to himself, will also wonder, what happened, and will ask, hey, could you help me kind of quiet the crowd down so we can get our answers?
Sir Edward goes over to help Shadow to help the crowd.
I got an idea.
Down.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion in the form of a sound. And basically just tell everybody to shut up so we can actually get the answers.
Hey, that works.
Oh, I was just gonna scream attention on deck.
I think my idea might be better.
No, I like Zane's idea more.
That's what I'm saying. I think my idea is better. They'll be able to hear more.
As you cast your minor illusion, everyone sort of like quiets down, just a little confused by the noise. And at that point, the burgomaster that you now realize is the burgomaster, says again, all is well. We are safe from he who should not be named. He is
Shadow
not
will.
here.
I'm just gonna go, why are you lying to the people? They saw what happened. You can't just exactly hide it.
And with that, the crowd erupts again into just unintelligible.
Now I'm also gonna go, do you guys
shouting.
think freaking out about this is gonna solve the issue? If you do, you are fools. So everybody, calm down so we can actually make a plan.
Let's all calm down, not just to make a plan, but to also get answers. Get the right answers. The answers that this town deserves. Not just what they, and he points over to the burgomaster, what they want to tell you. The town deserves the truth. And he glares just dead-eyed at the burgomaster and goes, right, sir?
In the middle of this, Sir Edward is just looking around and he gives out a little chuckle.
The burgomaster looks at you, at your party, and is trying to figure out who you are, as he has never seen any of you before. And goes, why are you trying to start unrest in my town?
Because you're just straight up lying?
So glad you spoke up before I did, Zane, because I was about to. And to follow what Zane said there about the lying, and he, waves his hand in front of, the whole entire town and goes, we're causing the uproar? We are causing the problem? He will politely take a step forward in front of the group and reiterate what Zane said. The town saw what happened. He points to himself and the rest of the party, we saw what happened. Don't you think that the town and everybody that saw this deserves the truth?
Sir Edward kind of just looks around at his party and says, well, we didn't just see it. We kind of...
Shadow just takes his bony ass elbow and elbows Sir Edward right in the chest, gives him the biggest glare, and goes, "Shut up."
Well, you said not to lie.
Look, either you tell them
He
the truth
takes
or we
his
do.
elbow, does it again, and goes, "Are we talking to you?"
Well, I'm just stating the obvious.
That is true.
Oh my god.
Answering me actually fucking does the right thing. We don't get into.
Oh.
Anyway,
Is the Shadow still next to me? I go over and pat Shadow on the head. It's okay, Pookie Bear.
don't take me. Don't. I'm not a pet. I can bring you down faster than you can blink.
Actually, Shadow, I'm gonna use minor illusion. My illusions, I can cast it to where only certain people can hear it. So I'm gonna use this as a form of telepathy. And I'm basically gonna tell Shadow I think we should actually tell them the truth. I don't think this guy is petty enough. He doesn't actually seem to have a large ego.
Shadow will walk behind, or will walk over to Zane. And I forget who all in the party can speak Draconic.
I can.
So
But is it
can
just you?
I think so.
You're not a part of the
think
conversation, Sir Edward.
can
Back off.
also speak
Well,
Draconic.
wait, what can I speak? I forget. Hold on, I gotta check.
Anyway, while you check, you're not even a part of the conversation anyways. I'll walk over to Zane and speak in Draconic because I don't want everybody in the town to hear. I'll go, "Do you really think that's a good idea?"
He doesn't seem to have a large ego. I think it's best if we tell them what happened. These people, they're just civilians. They can't exactly fight him.
But if we show that we can do it.
Oh yeah, I can drink. I can speak Draconic. I can also speak Giant too.
Well, you're not a, Sir Edward, you're not a part of the conversation I'm having. I didn't say Sir Edward and Zane. I said just Zane. I'm trying not to get the rest of the town to hear it. You can hear it, that's fine, and understand what I'm saying. But I'm trying to say it without the crowd noticing. If you think, do you think, and then I'm talking to Zane, do you think if we tell them that we survived, what happened, what they saw, don't you think that maybe it would cause maybe the town to maybe take a stand?
Might.
And Sir Edward talks in Giant and says it might cause a riot.
Well, I don't speak Giant. So Zane will look, I'll look over at Zane and go,
Fuck it, I'm
are we
doing it.
trying? And so, yeah, someone's Draconic because we're in that group. And remember, the crowd's still in an uproar.
I'm just gonna say they deserve
And
it.
Sir Edward looks over at Zane and Shadow and speaks Draconic that they might riot also. So keep that in mind.
Either way, they deserve the truth in my eyes.
Zorak,
They
he's
do,
nodding
but-
knowingly like he understands what's going on, but doesn't understand a word he's hearing.
I forgot you don't speak Draconic.
He barely speaks English.
You mean common?
Yeah.
He'll say one thing to Zane, and that way everybody can, and that way those that can hear it can hear it. But don't you think that would piss off Strahd even more? To where he'll have no choice but to, for lack of better terms, end us?
Does he really seem like to have that big of an ego to you? Because to me, he doesn't.
I mean,
Sir Edward looks over at them and says, "You never know."
Hey,
He seems to be very confident in himself. He's not going to let people like us hurt him.
Well, he does have a receipt coming from me. How do you want to do this?
I'll cast Minor Illusion and tell them all.
Are you sure you want to do it like that and not just have them hear it from our mouths?
I can use Minor Illusion to show them what actually happened.
That might be better. I like that idea.
Are we doing
I'm gonna
that?
use Minor Illusion to show the crowd the fight that happened between us and the party. From what I remember.
Before Zane does his Minor Illusion, Sir Edward goes up to the crowd and says, "Listen up and pay attention." And
Oh, God.
Zane can do his thing.
And that's what I do. I basically use my Minor Illusion as a hologram of sorts.
To show the battle and everything?
Yep.
Okay. I like that idea.
All right. Well, the minor illusion happens, and the people are watching it, and you see the burgomaster sort of like a little uneasy because he realizes that this is not what he wanted. He can't really tell where it's coming from. So you're lucky in that aspect. But you realize how about everyone give me a perception check?
Perception?
Jesus. Perception. Shit.
Hold
Wrong
on,
button. Hold on. I hit the wrong button on my tablet. I'm still didn't talk. Okay, cool. Oh.
Alright, so
There it is.
Xorag sees.
That's not bad. I like that roll.
Okay, well, Zane's a little distracted by his minor illusion anyways, but the rest of y'all happen to notice the burgomaster, like, slink away and disappear from the crowd as the minor illusion is happening, showing the event.
Do we see the direction that he goes?
Yeah, he heads towards the north.
Sir Edward stares at Shadow and says, "Let's bring him back to the party, shall we?"
Instead of having you bring him back to the party, how about you use your, what's the word I'm thinking of? And I'm actually thinking, this is me actually trying to think of the word. Why don't you use your power of persuasion? And he looks down at the sword. Why don't you use your power of persuasion to bring him back to the crowd?
Ooh, I love it when you get this late. I'll be right back. Sir Edward goes after the burger master, whatever he's called.
You hear yelled in Draconic, "Don't kill him."
Sir Edward puts up a half thumbs up.
And Shadow just mumbles to himself, "What did I just do?"
I'll try not to.
You just see Shadow just put his head down and mumble, "What did I just do?"
I just say I'm going with Sir Edward.
Okay, you don't even notice Sir Edward drop away because your minor illusion happening.
I can hear them talking, I assume.
Oh,
you hear it in Draconic, but you're still busy with the minor distraction. I will actually look over at Xorag and tell Xorag to follow Sir Edward to make sure he doesn't kill him.
I would like to use my acrobatics to get onto the rooftops to find the burgomaster.
Burgomaster.
I keep hearing burgermaster, like as in cheeseburger.
He does not work at McDonald's.
His new name is Hamburglar. God damn it! What is his new name? Hamburglar.
Do you want me to roll for acrobatics?
Sure.
Xorag follows as best he can. Just keep an eye on
20.
it.
Yeah, I see that. Well, you guys watch as Sir Edward, who normally looks like a bumbling fool, just miraculously finds his way up on the roof to trail after the burgomaster.
Shadow just looks and goes, "Where the hell is that be?"
And
God, I could teach him some things. Jesus Christ!
but anyways, yeah, I'm just like surprised myself. So I figured I was gonna
Shadow's
watch
just
him make a jump and act
make
a fool again. But all right.
He does it that on it. He does enough of that on his own. He doesn't need your help.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The one time he surprises us.
Yes. So, anyways, as you're on the roof, you start scanning the crowd, and you happen to find him, and are able to keep tabs on him as he is heading north. And you notice that. Oh, excuse me. Where in the hell is it?
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
Oh, God, hell. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, that's where no, okay. It's free. Oh, I am absolutely wrong. He does not head north. I was looking at the wrong one. He actually heads east. No, west. My bad. My directions suck sometimes. Forgive me. But he actually is heading west, and where he is heading towards is. Let me grab my ping. Right there. But you are able to use the rooftops miraculously to keep tabs on him.
No. I think he needs to roll for every rooftop.
Yeah, you know what? That does sound like fun.
Because I want to see him fail, and I want to see what you do when he fails.
You're supposed to be on our side.
All right.
Try to make it fun for the audience. Calm down,
Well,
okay?
actually, if I have him in my sights, can't I just jump down and capture him?
You technically could. Wait a minute. Oh my god. I was pinging the wrong place. Actually, it's a big ass building that is looking like a cul-de-sac. So literally, it's a lot closer. It's right there.
Oh, I thought it was further away. I was going to be like, yeah, let him roll for the rooftops. Don't let him if it's that close. Shit.
Yeah.
Just let it happen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to attempt to capture him.
Okay. So as you are following him, you get about to the second, let's see, about at the curve of the road that's heading towards that building. And you notice he is followed closely by some guards as he breaks away from the crowd.
Okay, what do I need to roll to capture him, to jump down and get him?
That would be definitely an acrobatics check.
Okay,
Crit fail. Crit fail. Sorry. I need to mute up for that.
11.
As you jump down, you are almost on top of him, but you end up fumbling a little bit and end up like right behind him, and you like barely miss when you try to grab him.
Okay, I get up and start running after him.
And the two guards that are right behind you start charging at you, and as they are charging, you see them brandishing long swords.
Okay, I pull out my great sword and I point at them. I'm like, "Don't fuck with me, boy."
They look at your great sword and contemplate for a second, and they're like, 1, 2, 1. They decide that it is worth protecting the burgomaster and are going to end up having preventing you from, or attempting to prevent you from attacking the burgomaster. So at this
Okay.
point,
I
we are at 10 o'clock. And
can I
it
at
is
least make a swing at him?
a what?
Can I at least make a swing at him?
Nope.
Yeah,
Fuck.
say that.
Save it for next week. So, and that allows me to make a battle map, yada yada yada.
Start with roll initiative.
And by the way, at this point, when you guys had actually exited the church and gotten done with Strahd and so on, you guys do technically advance to level 5. So in this next week, you guys need to do your advancements, whatever that requires per your levels. Oh my god. And
You know why I'm doing it.
Fireball? I get fireball.
Oh god, we're in
oh
trouble.
god.
Fuck.
No.
I
I don't
cast
care how small the room is.
fireball.
I cast
I got
tungsten
fireball.
ball
No, damn.
set. Anyways. Anyways. We will
So we level up, right?
Yes, you level up. We will reconvene next week. I will have a battle map for this situation, and we will go from there. But
All right.
what a blast! Great session. I have missed this so bad. And next week I will actually have my teeth, so hopefully I am not sounding like I have a fucking lisp anymore.
It's like next week my mom is getting married on the Saturday, so I don't know if I'll be able to.
We're not meeting until Sunday.
She gets married
Ooh.
that Saturday.
I can
We're gonna
I
be
can
singing
take
the wedding
extra
song.
attack twice. I can attack twice instead of once whenever you take a attack action on your turn.
Oh, nice.
And
All right.
tactical shift. Whenever you activate your second wind with a bonus action, you can move up to half your speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
All right. We can talk about that a little later. We don't need to keep drowning on and on the stream. But I will see you all next week or next Sunday. And are you going to be unavailable, Zane? Is that what you're saying? Oh,
I
Zane
think you
already
left
left.
the stream.
It's time to take your bedtime nap.
But all right. I will see you all next week. Hopefully, I will double check with Zane to see if everything is good. And if all is good, we will meet up next week, same time, same place, and have a battle between Sir Edward and the guards. But y'all have a
Excellent.
great week.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.